Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called The Three Little Wolves. The Three Little Wolves is a game from Renegade Games, Oni Games, plays 2 to 4 players. What's the box say? Does it have a time? It doesn't have a time, but I mean, you saw me play it. You're going to see me play in the video probably half the game in about 10 minutes. So 20-25 minutes at a 3 or 4 player game. And effectively what you're doing in this is you are taking on the role of 3 little wolves. You're trying to find a place to live. So you want to go visit your opponent's neighborhood and live in their biggest house. But the trick here is only one wolf can be in a house unless there's a really fancy basement and then someone else can come hang out too. Really what that boils down to is it's a card playing game. On your turn you're going to take a card. They're going to be one of 4 colors. There's red, yellow, green, and wild. And you're going to be building buildings of a certain color, always going in a higher value. So if I play a 2, the next card has to be 3 or higher. You're trying to build the 3 tallest buildings of each of the 3 colors, score some points, and eventually, ultimately, have the big bad pigs come live in your house. You need them in your house. Wolves in other people's houses, big bad pigs, your house. So that's enough talking about it. Let's go to the table. Check it out. All right, so here's a game of the 3 little wolves, all set up for 3 players. Now to set up, you got to prepare the deck. There's 3 big bad pig cards, which I've already put in the deck. To do that, you're going to shuffle the deck, deal each player 5 cards. Then you're going to deal 5. Put a big bad pig in those 5, shuffle that up, put that on the bottom. Take the remaining 2 pigs into the rest of the deck, shuffle it, then put that on top of the bottom 6. And then you're going to put out the 3 tall building tiles and the 3 big bad pig tiles. Give each player 3 tiles in their color of the wolves, and they'll have their 5 cards. All right, so now we're going to start. The game is pretty easy. What you're trying to do is you're trying to build tall buildings. So let's look at the blue players cards here. These are the cards that they have. On your turn, you're going to play a card or discard a card. When you play a card, there's a couple rules. If I play a building down, any building, I can only have one of each color started. So I'll have a red, yellow, and a green building probably by the end of the game. And I cannot play a lower number on top of a higher card. So like if I use this as a 4, I could not play, well, these are bad examples, but if I use this as a 4, I couldn't play this on top of it if it was like a 3 or whatever. So you always got to go higher. Some of them are going to give you some options. Some of them are going to give you some extra floors at the top. And this white one here is wild. That's why it's the red, yellow, blue, like rainbow color. You can play that anywhere, but if you don't associate a color building with it by the end of the game, it will collapse. All right, so let's go. All right, so it's blue player's turn. What they're going to do is they're going to play a card. So I showed you all the cards that they had, and I think they're going to play this 0 first. So they're going to play this 0 down. It's a 0 or a 15. They're going to use that as a 0 because then they have tons of stuff to dump on top of it to make this go higher. The goal of the game is to have the tallest buildings of each type at the end of the game. Then after you play or discard your card, go draw a new card. Some of the cards you can see also have a basement. You turn it upside down and it becomes a basement. You cannot play a basement unless you have already a level of that color building. So I need to have a yellow before I can play this yellow basement. And then the basements go from B1, B2 to B3, and it's going to help increase the size of your buildings. All right, this player. They're going to play this green 2. So they're going to play a green 2. I'll draw a new card. Sweet. All right, put the cards down here. This player, I'm only going to really show you the blue players cards because that's the one that I'm playing. This player will play yellow. So they're going to play the yellow 0 right here. Trying to make it so we have some room. All right, then they'll draw a card. All right, we'll keep going. Back to me. I'm going to play... Let's start the yellow. So now I have red and yellow. Draw a card. Okay. Back to this player. They're going to go ahead and play the 3 on the green. So now they have a 2-story green building. Draw a card. This player. They're going to play the 1 green building down. Draw a card. Back to me. Ugh. Alright, I'm actually going to play this 4. So I'm going to play this as a 4. It can be a 4 or a 10. I'm going to play it as a 4 on my red. Draw a card. Okay. Next player's turn. They're going to... Alright, I'm going to discard a card. So I want to show you what happens there. So I'm going to discard this yellow 6. And now, when you discard a card, you're going to draw a card. And then you're going to be able to place one of your wolves into an opponent's building. So I'm going to go ahead and take this 3 and I'll put it in this building. Each building can only have 1 wolf. Unless it has a B3, which is a 3rd level basement, it can hold an additional wolf. Now, what this is going to do is, at the end of the game, if this building is still standing, meaning it's not the smallest red, yellow player will get 3 points. So they're banking on me getting more red cards to give them some points. And then they drew back their card, I think. Yep. This player's turn. They are going to start their red building right there. Draw a card. Okay, back to me. I'm going to play this 7 here because it's wild. So that's now 7. And if this is the top of my building, it gives me 3 extra floors, but it also costs me 2 points. So that's bad. This player. They're going to start a yellow. So they're going to start a yellow building. Slide that over. Okay. Should have enough now. There's enough space. Draw a card. I'm just trying to show you what happens when a big bad pig comes out. This player is going to play the 4 on the green here. Okay. Draw a card. Over to me. I'm going to play this 4 yellow right there. Draw a card. This player, they're going to jump up to an 8 here. Draw a card. They're going to discard a card. So red's going to discard a card. And they're going to put their 5 in this green one. Then I think they drew a card. They did not draw a card. And they draw a card. Oh, we got a pig. All right. So here's what happens. When you draw a pig, first thing you do, you refill your hand to 5. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the lowest number pig token that's available, and you're going to put it into the tallest building. If there's a tie for tallest, it goes to the closest player clockwise to the player who drew it. So in this case, there's 2 buildings that are 3s. This one has a bonus 3 story, so this is right now the tallest building, so this pig would go in here. Each building can also only have 1 pig, so if there was a tie, it would go to the next tallest. Then you're going to do the ability on the card. So you see there's a wolf in a house. Every player is going to take one of their wolf tokens, if they have one, starting with the player who drew this card, and they're going to place it in a building. So this player will take their 3 and they'll dump it in here. This player will take their 5. Ooh, this is scary. They'll go here, and I will take my 3 right here. All right. Then the pig card goes away, discarded. Then back to me. Oh, not drawing a card yet. Just kidding. I'm going to play a yellow. Play the yellow here. Yellow 8. Draw a card. And this player will go. they need to do this, make that a 3, make this a little bit taller. Draw a card. This player is going to do the 6 red here. Draw a card. Okay, I want to show you how the basement works too, so I'm trying to do one of those here. Not quite there yet, but let's do this. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to start green on this one. I'll put it up here. No, I'll put it over here. Start green here. Draw a card. Another pig. All right, same thing. You draw back up. Then take the second pig. It's going to go in the tallest building, which is 3. This one already has a pig though. So this one's 3. This one's 3. 3, so it'll go in this one. Then each player is going to pass a card to the right. So I'm just going to randomly grab one. They're going to do this one, and I'll take this one. All right, and then that card is out of the game, and we keep playing. Now the game's going to keep going until the third pig shows up. So we'll get rid of all these, and then, so in this case, it was at the bottom. When the third pig shows up, then you're going to do the same thing. You'll take this, throw it on the tallest building. So in this case, it would be one of these two. And then we'll score. Each player will take 2 more turns. Not going to be drawing any cards. We'll take 2 more turns. And you don't do the ability on the third card. And everybody gets 2 more turns, and then we score. First thing that happens, anybody that would have a building that was only white, meaning wild, they would automatically get demolished. So none of those exist, so we're not doing that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to look at the tallest of each of the color buildings. So if this is how the game ended, it's not, but if this is how it ended, we would look at red. So this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 high, that's the tallest red. So this one would get there. The shortest red building would get destroyed. In this case, this one is the shortest. This player now loses 1 point. It's destroyed. We'll just flip it so we know that it's been destroyed. All right. Then we'll do yellow. So we look at yellow. 1, 2, 3 here, 2 here, 1 there. So this one gets collapsed. 3 is the tallest, so this one goes here. Then we'll look at green. This one is the tallest green, so we'll get this one. This one will get collapsed, and that is that. Any wolves that weren't on buildings get destroyed, or 0 points, so we'll get those out of the way. Any pigs or wolves that were in collapsed buildings get flipped to the -1 side, which I did here, and they're -1 points. And then every building that's not collapsed will give you 4 points. Plus any tokens that you have that are face up will score you that amount of points. And any bonuses on the top of a building, you'll either earn or lose that many points. So in this case, I'm blue. So I would get this token because that's mine. Red would get this one. Yellow would get this one. Red, they get both of these. This is yellow, and then I get all of these. All right, so we'll just add up my score to see what we get. So I have 4, 8, minus 2, so 6, 9, 11, 14, 17 for me. Then we go to this player. They have 4, 8, 12, or 4, 8, 13, 16, 19, 22. Then this player has 4, 3, 6, 11. So this player will be the winner if that's how the game ended. If there's a tie, it's whoever has the most wolf tokens, most points in wolf tokens. There's another tiebreaker. I think there's a third tiebreaker. Then if after all that, shared victory. So that is how you play the 3 Little Wolves. Let's go up to top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was the 3 Little Wolves. So this is a really cute little game. I think it's from Taiwan. It's a Taiwanese board game design that was brought over to America from Renegade and Oni. Not sure who did it in Taiwan, but I have it from Renegade and Oni. And it's just a card game. What you saw is what this game is. You're playing a card, either going to discard it to put a wolf down in another player's house, or play a card to build up your buildings. That's it. It's a competition to try to always have a taller building, at least in, one color than somebody else. You never want to have the shortest because you're going to get demolished at the end of the game. So you're always trying to maybe not be the tallest, but always not being the shortest. And then the wild cards are going to come in handy. You're trying to figure out which card you want to discard so you can get a wolf in another player's house. You're trying to be the tallest, so when a pig comes out, they come visit your house. Crazy. It's a little card game, but there's tons of actually fun decisions and fun gameplay. And I like it. I'm not going to go beat around the bush too much. I like this game. I like the art. The art is like cartoony. I like the houses. The pigs are cool. They're adorable. The wolf tokens, I don't know how well you can see this, but they're really adorable too. There's 3 different pictures for the 3 different values, 3 different pigs. Well, it's the same pig, but they get bigger. This is the smallest one. This is the biggest one. You can see the difference there. I like it. It's a silly little fun game that I'm going to keep around to play with anybody who is interested in a light little card game. So I'm going to give this a BGM accepted seal. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 3.5 out of 5 wrenches on an arbitrary wrench scale. That means absolutely nothing. But I like to give it the games we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is the 3 Little Wolves from Renegade Games and Oni Games. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.